Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Today's video is super important. With the climate at the moment and with inflation rates going crazy, it's become more and more difficult to actually keep cash in the bank. Now I know historically people often used to say, don't keep money in the bank. Don't keep money in your bank accounts because it's just going to depreciate. But now it's become a serious issue. With inflation rates increasing, with everything becoming more and more expensive, the value of your cash is decreasing like month on month. But before we get into, make sure to like the video and share with your family and friends. Now, number one, I think some of you guys might be surprised I'm even saying this, but it's cryptocurrency. I think cryptocurrency is probably here for the future. I think that's quite evident. But if I wasn't going to put it in a bank account, yeah, I put 1% in cryptocurrency, 1% of the money that I'm not maybe too concerned about. Do I think you're going to become a millionaire for cryptocurrency? Well, clearly some people are, evidently some people are, but I just don't understand it. I don't put that much trust in it, and I don't put trust in things I don't really understand. But yeah, I would put some money in cryptocurrencies, and to be fair, I probably trust nobody than the guys at the banks. So yeah, I will say investing in cryptocurrency is at times a better investment than keeping it in the bank account. Number two, and this is a lot more difficult, it depends on, where or what's going on in your life and who obviously around you, and maybe inshallah we will try to create something like this for the future for the brothers and sisters. But businesses, investing in businesses, I think is actually a way to sort of see a lot of value, and especially if you believe in the business and the person behind it. I think investing in a business can actually be very beneficial for both parties. Someone might be working a job and has been working a job for 20, 30 years and has 60, 70, 80,000 pounds in the bank accounts maybe. They don't know what to do with it. Over time, that money is only appreciating. And if you feel like there is someone with a business idea and you feel like they can do well and so on and so forth, invest in their business. Obviously get some equity out, go partnership, percentages, depends on the business, where they're at. That's something you have to negotiate between yourselves. Three, I think this especially in the younger generation, though I would still recommend this to anyone and everyone. And I think that's investing in yourself, whether that's buying a book for yourself, whether that's buying a course for yourself to learn a new skill, whether that's whatever it is, but investing in yourself. I think actually recently I've realized the importance of it. I never actually used to listen to that many audiobooks. I never used to listen to audiobooks, and reading is definitely not in my best forte. But recently I've started listening to audiobooks, and honestly I've learned a lot, like just reading 5 books, 6 books. I sign up to Audible. I actually leave the link sometimes below. I'll leave it this week as well. Definitely sign up. Try listening to as many books as you can. It is definitely of benefit. So yeah, man, like listening to audiobooks, investing in yourself in terms of a course, in terms of just reading books, listening to books, 100%. I would recommend that, and I think that actually is probably the best investment anyone could do for themselves. Number 4, NFTs. Now this is an interesting one. I think it's something we should look at. I'm not saying, I'm not going to say invest in it right now because I think we still need some clarification on it. And I think that's important. And I would use this point or video to just mention that, keep an eye on it. Maybe because you don't want to miss out on an opportunity that could be an opportunity. I definitely do think that there's potential there. And especially with the sort of moves that Facebook is making recently and a lot of the bigger companies are making, I think it's just important to keep your ear on the ground and just understand exactly how the big companies are moving. In terms of being Muslims, we need some clarifications on whether it's permissible, whether it's not. I'm not going to say invest in it right now. I will say though, and I want to use this video as a form of keep your eye on it. Let's have the scholars speak about it. Let's have the people of knowledge speak about it. Let's find out exactly, how it works and what it does. And obviously we don't want to be at the end of the cycle when everyone knows it, we know definitely invest in NFT sort of thing, because obviously returns won't be as much. But yeah, keep your eye on it. It's something that could be a potential, no doubt. I think you should all be researching into these things. Just make sure you're looking into these things all the time. Now, this is something I actually was looking at recently, and I asked a few of the brothers in our Brotherhood Telegram chat, basically, and it was about watches. Watches is an interesting one. I think there are many watches that obviously appreciate in value. I don't know that much about it. I'm actually trying to learn something about it. I'm trying to find out, what watches maybe, you can buy a £10,000 watch, it goes up £2,000 in value, or whatever it may be. I know, obviously, if you buy like a 100 grand watch, you could actually be looking at like 150,000 pound in 6 months. That's crazy. I don't know about it. I'm not saying to you, go buy a 100 grand watch. Definitely you have to do your research. but it just shows that actually there is potential in even just buying a watch. The right watch can appreciate in value a lot. You know, for example, I know that certain Rolexes appreciate in value. I know that Hublot doesn't appreciate in value. So, you know, I think researching it and learning about it and understanding how they work, you know, you might find that you find someone of knowledge in that area, in that sector, and he says, look, go buy a watch. It's going to go up in value, or go buy a watch. They're scarce within the market, because that's the reason why watches go up in value when it becomes scarce within the market. I spoke to someone, and so they gave me some information on it. But yeah, I think, you know, it definitely could be something you guys should look at, learn about it, understand it. Only invest in something you understand. Always. All of these things I keep mentioning, clarify, understand, learn about it, and then invest. Don't just invest for the sake of it. Make sure you do your own research. Make sure you understand fully, and only then go ahead and press the buy button. Or if you're going to pay in cash, then yeah, you've lost it. Now, land's an interesting one, because I think depending on where it is and, you know, over the long term, of course, that's always going to go up in value. And so, yes, I would definitely say that that is a potential as well for you to make money, not just now. And obviously, land being it's cheaper. And so, you know, a lot of people might not be able to afford properties and houses and so on and so forth. So, you know, that could be something where you buy a small piece of land, you know, for 20, 25,000. I know actually my father bought some land in the UK, which, to be fair, has only gone up a little bit. Though it's gone up, it's only gone up a little bit. I would just recommend, based on that experience, make sure you know fully what's going on around the area. Is it somewhere you can build on? Is it not somewhere you can build on? I think you just need to make sure, again, you do your research on it. But obviously, they won't be as expensive as houses, as expensive as flats. You know, sometimes you can get a decent amount, a decent size for a lot cheaper. So it's something you should consider as well. Now, cheap property. The reason I said cheap property, because if you brothers are in central London and you're looking and you can't afford to buy a house, I mean, you've got £1 million in your bank account, I'll be honest with you, you really probably shouldn't be watching the channel anyway, because clearly I should be learning from you and you shouldn't be learning from me. So if you have 40, 50, 60, 70,000 pounds, for example, in your bank accounts, and I think, yeah, no doubt that actually if you want a safer investment rather than keeping it in your bank account, it's much better for you to go up north, buy a flat, 50, 60, 70,000. That market is still going up. If there's a market I would recommend, I'm in Newcastle with the Saudi guys coming in. I think, listen, there's potential there. I know in Manchester City, around the stadium, the flat prices went up like close to 60% over 3 to 4 years. It was something I was looking into when that whole transition was going on. So could that happen again in Newcastle? Yeah, you know, probably. I mean, if Newcastle go and bring Mbappe and Ronaldo and so on and so forth, trust me, like, people want those flats around the stadium because they want to come watch their favorite superstars. I think that's potentially an area. I don't know exactly what the prices are up there, but of course they are a lot cheaper, and therefore maybe that's an opportunity for you to invest in a cheaper property. Now, stocks is obviously something I do invest in. I think you have to do your own research, find out from your own people of knowledge whether they're permissible or not permissible. I have, by the way, gone to my people of knowledge. They've clarified, they've, you know, explained it to me, and I'm satisfied with their answer. So, you know, just make sure you're obviously not investing in anything which is impermissible. Is it something I would invest in right now? Do I think the market is stable? Well, you know, I'm not a specialist stock trader at all by any means, but obviously if we just look at the S&P 500 and, you know, compare it over the last 10 years, it has only really gone up. If you're going to put some money into stocks rather than keep it in your bank account and you don't need it for the next 10 years, yeah, 100%. It makes more sense to put it in stocks than it makes sense to leave it in your bank account for 10 years. So, you know, I would invest in stocks rather than keep it in my bank account for the next 10 years, even 5 years. I would rather put it in stocks. I think investing abroad has huge potential. I think, you know, you can invest in businesses abroad, you can invest in property abroad, you can invest, there's so many investment opportunities abroad. I know many people obviously know that Turkey is a lot cheaper than the UK. So many brothers have recently spoken to me about property prices in the UK and businesses in the UK especially. You know, I speak highly of Pakistan obviously as well. So I know that there's investment opportunities in Pakistan as well. Don't just look in the UK is what I'm saying. You know, sometimes maybe just £10,000 in the UK is actually like 30, 40, 50,000 pounds in a country abroad. Now, obviously, you need to know everything about it. Don't just chuck 10 grand at something. Understand it fully. You know, make sure you're aware of everything. But I'm sort of opening that idea that maybe that's a potential. Maybe you should look into it. That's why I kind of make these points rather, not to say go do it, but to say look into it. Does that make sense? So you obviously have to do your own research, find someone reliable, find someone you trust, and so on and so forth. But investing abroad, especially in a country which is cheaper, where the pound is worth a lot more, could potentially have a lot more return than keeping it in your bank account. And lastly, but most importantly, I would say investing in yourself in terms of the deen is crucial, man. I wanted to maybe give you a 10th idea, and I thought, what could I give you? And then I thought, what better thing to give you than the deen? And if you guys click out at this point, you're taking a mickey. You better listen. I'm saying invest in yourself in terms of giving to charity, giving for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, investing in institutes, investing in your akhirah. This is investing in your akhirah, and that's very, very important. And so I recommend that to everyone, that always a fraction of your money, give back for the sake of the Muslims and try to help the Muslims and charity and so on and so forth. That's only going to increase your wealth, so don't see that as a negative. I promise you, you just have to believe that if I give £100, I'm going to get more, because Allah said so. So we got to believe it. But that's all from me today. I really appreciate you guys supporting and so on and so forth. But make sure you subscribe and share with your family and friends. Jazakallahu khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.